Bonjour tout le monde, welcome to Weekday Wanderings in Paris. My name's Jackie. Today we're at the Tuileries Gardens and we're right next to this big structure here, which is called the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel. Why is it called the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel? Well, it's an arc of triumph. It's a triumphal arch, and it is a roundabout, if you like, where they used to do military like horse parades and things like that, you know, like a carousel, horses going round and around, which is why this part's called the carousel. Okay, so I'm here today with my children. It's a very sunny day, and it's going to get really hot. Okay, so we're walking today at the Tuileries Garden. So this is right next to the Louvre. Bonjour, Susan McGregor. Hi there, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So let me flip my camera around and we can have a look at. Okay, we've got the sun against us, so that's probably not the best view of it. Okay, but this is the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel, and of course through that we can. No, the light's really bad. Morning, Judy, or good evening, Judy. Good to see you. Okay. So this is right next to the Louvre. You can see the buildings that's surrounding us. Okay. And obviously lots of trees. You can't see a lot because we've got so many trees around us. Okay, but we're not looking at the Louvre today. We've been to the Louvre a few times, so we're going to focus more on the Tuileries today. Okay, like I said, it's a beautiful sunny day. It's very warm at the moment. It's going to a high of 29, which is very bearable. Bonjour, Margaret, Rita. Bonjour, Kim, Dixon. Girls, say bonjour. Bonjour. We've got our hats on, keeping the sun away. Okay. So these gardens. Bonjour, Sally Davies. These gardens were built, can you believe it, in 1564. Can you believe it? So they were built by Catherine de' Medici, who was the wife of Henry II. She was Italian, and she lived at a, if you like, one of those old school dungeon type fortress castle thingies, which she was really unimpressed with, and she said, it's nothing like Italian Renaissance architecture. I want to build myself my own beautiful palace. So she did. So the Tuileries is actually no longer here. The garden still remains, obviously. So if you can see this building here at the end of the Louvre, and you have one opposite it. Okay, the Tuileries basically went in between those two. Okay, so the Tuileries and closed this courtyard to make it like a closed courtyard. Bonjour, Sally Porter. Now, Margaret said something. We had 20 degrees in sun today. That's in Napier, New Zealand. Wow, pleased. Because I know you've had it rough lately, so. Okay, so what do we have here? We have the Louvre. We have these parts of the Louvre. Obviously, they're newer parts. The older parts are obviously back there, which we've been through before. So these newer parts here, like I said, were attached to the Tuileries. So we've got these little gardens here, which are like little mazes kind of thing. Lots of rats live in them. Sally says that sounds nice. So I'm taking the, last time we spoke, Sally, you said that the weather was pretty miserable in your part of the world. So I'm guessing it's still like that. So what can we see here at the Tuileries? Well, apart from this part here, so where we're standing right now is where the Tuileries Palace used to be. So it went right from here, right through where we are now, and eventually joined up there. Okay, now the Tuileries was built obviously at the same time as the gardens. The gardens were perfected first, of course, because it's just a garden, and the palace progressed over several years, centuries. The palace gardens were open to the public in 1668, so about 100 years after they were built. Now, these were private gardens of the king, but when they did become public, basically it was like a public relations idea to make the monarchy a little more welcoming and hospitable. So you often had it closed at certain times of the year. Bonjour, Susie! Or at certain times, like when the king was out in a different castle, like for example, that were at Versailles or Saint-Cloud or somewhere like that, then this would be open to the public, or maybe like the afternoons might be open to the public, that sort of thing. Okay, so let's point out some other sites. We've got over here the Musée d'Orsay. You can just see the roof of it there across the river. And actually you've got a raised terrace all along that edge of the gardens, and that was deliberately done. There's one on the other side as well, and of course we're on a terrace here. So this is a terrace du château. That terrace along there is called the terrace des feuillants, which is the leafy terrace. So they planted trees there, and originally Henry IV planted mulberry trees there because he wanted to promote the French silk market, and that's where they had their mulberry trees. So at the moment the Terrasse des Feuillants is hosting the Fête dete, the Fête Foraine dete, which is the summer fairground, I guess. It runs every summer for 2 months, from the end of June to the end of August. It's been doing that for the last 20 years or so. And it's not open yet because it opens at 11, but we'll just have a quick walk through it, shall we? Yeah, and get the general gist. Really? Okay, so we're looking down towards we're walking along the Axe Historique de Paris, which is the 12 kilometre long axis of Paris, which starts at the Louvre behind us, goes through the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel, which is where we started. It goes straight down, and if you can see here, we have the Obélisque de Luxor in the Place de la Concorde, and beyond that you can see the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel at Charles de Gaulle Étoile. And if we were to move aside, you probably can't see it, you can see a high-rise building there, maybe just between the Arc de Triomphe you can see the Arc de la Défense, which is 12 kilometres away. So that's the Axe Historique de Paris. Okay, let's go this way. So in this garden here we have a couple of fountains. We have this one here, which is the Grand Bassin, and we have a couple of smaller ones. This one here, and then we have one here which is towards where we're going. Okay, let's zoom out a little so that we don't give you too much motion sickness. Okay, Kim says definitely need sunglasses there. I have a hat. I need sunglasses though, because the hat does a great job for the sun, but it does nothing for the glare. A lot of parks around Paris have this white sand, gritty stuff, which ruins your shoes, makes your feet really, really dirty, but it's also really glary. So unfortunately I don't have any glasses. I need to get some, because I wear glasses, and I don't have any prescription sunglasses. So it's on my to-do list. Got some ducks going on here. So this garden, this is the 5th largest garden in Paris. So looking over towards the Louvre there. So this is 25 hectares, so it's a good size. The biggest one, of course, is the Bois de Boulogne, which is essentially a forest on the outside of Paris, but they have incorporated it into the city limits. And then there's the Bois de Vincennes, which is at the eastern extreme of Paris, which is also a big forest, which has been incorporated into the city limits, and we've been to both of those places on walks. Then what's the next one? Parc de la Villette, which we've also been to about a year ago, and that is a new one. It's up on the northeastern side of Paris. Judy says, okay, 25 hectares. Fitzroy Gardens, Melbourne is 26. Yeah. So after, let me see, I've got to get this right. So the Champ de Mars is 24 hectares, I think. And the Luxembourg Gardens is 22 hectares. So let me just show you first. We've got the Grande Rue de Paris, which is kind of cool. What was that? 15 euros to go on. I did go on a few years ago with my girls. It used to be a permanent fixture of Paris, but they removed it, and now they just bring it back for the summer fair and the winter fair, the winter Christmas market, which is at the same place here. When I came back here, when I went on a few years ago, I think Juliet was just a toddler back then. I forgot, of course, that I have a fear of heights, and I found the experience all very jarring. But anyway, we did that, and I'm glad I did it. Beautiful views. Sophie enjoyed it. She had to take the photos for me because I was too scared to look out the windows. Okay, so as you can see, this is just getting cranked up. By the time we finish our video, it will have closed. So when we were here the other day, I came with the girls and we went on we went on a ride. I'll show you the ride we got to. And we had some churros and we had some baba papa, which is what, Juliette? Baba papa, ça veut dire quoi?
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy or candy floss. So we got lots of food stands.
Ooh,
And got these little side shows, you know, like shooting galleries, and
in fact, the balloons, they go round and round and you catch it and you have to shoot.
yeah, and little floaty devices. So these are great for the little kids. Lots of stuff for the little kids. It's you know, just your standard fairground. Obviously we can't see everything because it's not open yet. Little mini roller coaster for the little kiddies. So obviously this is a completely different experience to if we were to come in like an hour's time, because it gets absolutely packed. But what I do need to tell you is when I was here the other day, I had my very, very first celebrity sighting ever after all these years of living in Paris. And I was complaining all the time that I'd never seen a celebrity. There's lots here at the moment, in fact. But I did run into a celebrity right over here. Let's see if we can get through without getting wet by this missile. Merci. Okay. And some more rides. I was right here next to the Dodgems. The what's it called? The Tamponneuse. So it's right over here, and I saw Julian Lennon. I was standing right next to him, and I looked at him, and it was very surreal. And he looked at me, and then he kind of walked away and took some photos. He had his camera, and I was a bit overwhelmed. It was very surreal and underwhelming. And then of course the only evidence I had was my daughter. I told her to go and have a look. Got a ghost train here now. Got a pirate ship thingy here.
That's scary.
Yeah. Okay. We might do a bit of an... Oh, there we go. Oh, this is a little thing for kids to go in. So as you can expect, it's a little bit pricey here. 3 kicks for €5. Lots of toys. Okay, we might exit out of here in a moment. So like I said, it's a little underwhelming here at the moment while it's quiet, but it's probably better to come through now than in an hour's time where there's going to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people swishing in here. It gets a little bit chaotic. So the road that runs alongside here is the Rue de Rivoli, very famous street. It was built by Napoleon. Judy says it's a big fair though. Yeah, it's a decent size. So it runs the full length of the Terrasse des Feuillants. So what do we have here? Ah, here we go. Yes, we did. So here we have this is the Allée Castiglione, which lines up with the Place Vendôme. So if we would exit, here we go, we've got the Place Vendôme just there. Okay, so this is the terrace where you can walk along, so it's not part of the fairground. We did. Let's go down here. So which way are we going? Are we going straight ahead or to the right? Right. I've been instructed to go right. Okay. More rides. So like I said, this runs for 2 months, end of June to the end of August. And it also runs as part of the Christmas market. So a lot of these rides, not all of them, but a lot of them will be back again at the end of the year. This is the ride we went on the other day. It's a log ride. Kind of small, but you know, it does the trick. Was it scary, Juliet? Yeah, Juliet was scared. Again, I forgot that I have vertigo and freaked out a little bit, but that's okay.
I found it amazing. I wasn't scared.
You weren't scared. Judy says, hi all, please say hi. Okay, let's hustle a little bit. They have money machines here to get cash out. Let's sneak through here, shall we? So it basically finishes down there. And voila. So let's just have a quick look over here. So there's a lot of very covered, yes there are, there's trampolines here. Let's go along here. Yes, you do. So there's a manege over here, carousel. We have tickets to this carousel, so the girls will be able to go for a ride later after I finish my video. Over here, so we're out of the fairground now, but we're just in the usual Tuileries garden, so lots of shady spots, which is great. There's heaps of statues here. This one is a statue for, let's have a look. Da, da, da. Do you know who this is for? This is Charles Perrault. So hi Jenny, how are you? So of course he was very famous for, well, he'd write Puss in Boots and Sleeping Beauty and a lot of Cinderella and all of those French classics. And he was actually the one who suggested to the king at the time that he should open the garden to the public, to endear himself to the public a bit more, and of course make it into a playground and make it accessible for kids and stuff. Yes, Juliet?
Can we go there?
Not right now, sweetheart. Okay, €3 for one ticket to go on the trampoline, and I'm assuming that's for 5 minutes. Okay, so lots and lots of statues. A lot of them were removed during like the Revolution and during World War I and World War II. Judy says, nice reward for the girls, a carousel ride. Actually, I'd already bribed them with some baba papa, some, what was it? Some cotton candy floss. We will be doing that once those stands open properly. And the baba papa is really enormous here. It's quite an experience. So we've walked all the way down to the end, which is where I wanted to go. So we've got another terrace up here, which is the terrace, you can't see it, but there's the Musée de Jeux de Paume. Jeux de Paume. I had it explained to me that it was a type of tennis. It actually is handball. Jeux de Paume. Paume is a palm. Okay, this is the bassin octagonal. So it's an 8-sided bassin. Jackie, hi, candy floss, yes please. I'll send you a photo, Jackie. Okay, and this part here is called the Fer de Cheval, and a Fer de Cheval is a horseshoe. So it's horseshoe shaped, and of course this is, they used to do a lot of military displays, lots of horse riding and everything along here. Carriages could go up along these things here. And the roof over here, of course, is the Orangerie Museum, famous for the Impressionist art, particularly Monet's water lilies. And of course we have the Eiffel Tower over here, we have the Grand Palais here, and the Place de la Concorde with the obelisk. So I think that's a good place to stop. Very glary here. Whew. So thank you all for joining us for a little walk through the Tuileries Gardens. So 500 years almost this garden is, it's pretty amazing. So thank you again. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night or weekend to come, and we will see you next week. Again, it's still the holidays, still got one more month of holidays, so it'll be somewhere else child friendly. And Kim says, enjoy the ride, girls. We're going on the manege.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're doing the manege.
Okay. So last shot down the end there towards the Louvre, and the last shot behind us towards, oh, there's a car in my way, the obelisk, and down to the Champs-Elysees. Voila. Okay, thanks again everybody, take care, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.